You know the Fight Club quote, you're not your car, you're not the woman you're with, you're not your job, you're not your frickin' khakis. I don't know the whole quote, I haven't seen Fight Club. But how do you actually live that? How do you actually internalize that you as a person, not that you're enough, but you could be better? How do you separate your internal worth from externals? That's what I'll teach you how to do by the end of this video. So, after looking at concepts from Buddhism and Stoicism, how Stoicism teaches you that the only thing worthwhile to go after is virtue, and Buddhism teaches you that the only thing worthwhile to go after is the Dharma, which is basically the same thing. So, living morally righteously, chaste meaning no sexual promiscuity, honesty, loyalty, hard work, discipline, tradition. Chasing after these things and living them is good and all, but how do you remind yourself that you are not the woman you're with and the car you drive and all that? Because, like, if you've been like a femboy or a guy who hasn't had all the success you wanted in life, like, you probably feel inferior when you see happy couples out and about whenever you try to go outside. So how do you remind yourself that a woman isn't necessarily an indicator of how good you are in life? Well, I'm going to tell you a story. I have this one friend, like a network engineer, makes about $90,000 a year. He had a girlfriend since high school. I thought these two were going to get married. They were immensely happy together and everything. I found out like 2 years ago that they broke up viciously, and that he was depressed a few years ago to the point that he had cancer-like symptoms because of how hard he was being overworked. There's this other couple. I knew them from high school. Well, the guy from high school, the girl I met in college. They'd been together for 3 years. It looked like they were going to stay together for forever, like they were going to get married. They broke up. There was this other girl. She seemed like she was going to get married with this guy. They almost bought a house together, broke up. Then she got with another guy. He made enough money that she was able to quit her job. It looked like they were just going to be together and get married. They broke up. Point is, you have no idea what couples are going through in their lives. They may look happy and everything, but you at the end of the day have no idea what happens behind closed doors. So remember that every time you're out and about. There's a good quote, like, no matter how beautiful she is, somewhere out there, there is some guy tired of her shit. Another thing to remember is, what does it mean when a girl likes you? Does it automatically imply that you're living a good life? Does it automatically imply that you were living virtuously and in according with your true morals and values? No. At the end of the day, she values you because of the benefits you bring to her life. She values you because of the perceived benefits of being with you. Now, you could say, oh, but she's with me because I'm nice and she loves me for who I am. That's still a perceived benefit. She's dating you because of the perceived benefit of being with the person you are. The perceived benefit of being with someone with your personality. At the end of the day, that's the reason why people choose other people. And you're the same way. It's the reason why you would choose a girl. You choose a girl for the perceived benefits of being with her. You perceive a good-looking girl for the perceived benefits of being with a good-looking girl, for the perceived benefits of being with a girl who's into the same things you're into and all that. Just a reminder, just because another girl isn't attracted to you, that's not an indicator of your self-worth. The last thing that I consider really helpful is throw aside every single notion of like all that hyper romantic talk about around marriage and relationships. Like, oh, when two people have sex, they become one. They share mind and soul. Like, not really. I've had sex and it literally just feels like two animals humping each other. Yeah, when the hormones are kicking in, it does feel like romance and love, but at the end of the day, it's also like really anticlimactic. It just feels like two animals humping each other. And there's also marriage, like two people becoming one in God. Like, no, you are literally, like, physically and metaphorically still two people. She is a separate individual from you. She will never be a part of you, no matter how attached you are. She will never be physically or spiritually truly connected to you. And when you remember that, it goes a long way in reminding you that a woman is not a reflection of your value. The fact that this woman is not truly connected to you and you are not truly connected to her. You are, at the end of the day, two individual beings who merely decided to be with each other and share your life together because you thought it would be your best chance for survival. But you are not becoming one person. Remember that. Throw aside and destroy all that high and mighty romantic talk. Save it for when you find someone who loves you back. Then maybe indulge in lovey-dovey romance. Lovey-dovey romance, but not the high and mighty stuff. That just leads you to disappointment. Take a lesson from my mom. My mom told me a few days ago, back when your dad and I first got together before you were born, every single day I came home, he would be like, ah, there's my love. Hello, my love. And then after you were born, he never called me his love ever again. We're all gonna make it, boys. Ciao.